In the hills of Manitou Springs sits a castle that feels like it belongs somewhere in Europe, and its story is anything but ordinary. Built in 1895 by a French priest who came to Colorado seeking healing, this place was abandoned just a few years later. So what actually happened inside these walls, and why does that story still draw people in more than a century later? Today you can walk through this castle yourself and experience it firsthand. Miramont Castle was built by Father Jean-Baptiste Francolin, a French priest who arrived in the Manitou Springs in the early 1890s. At the time, people from all over the country were coming here in search of healing, drawn by the fresh mountain air and the mineral springs that made Manitou famous. But Father Francolin's story was a little different. So he came to Manitou Springs to recover, and not long after began building something completely unexpected. Construction finished in 1895. The castle, originally known as Francolin Castle, was unlike anything else in Colorado. Inspired by his travels, Father Francolin combined elements from 9 different architectural styles, blending European influences with details rarely seen in the region. Inside, the castle features more than 40 rooms, including uniquely shaped spaces like 8-sided rooms and even a 16-sided room. Every corner feels intentional and completely different from the last. But as impressive as the castle was, it raised questions almost immediately. How does a priest, someone who has taken vows of poverty, build a home like this? The answer likely points to his mother, who joined him in Manitou Springs shortly after he arrived. Together they lived here quietly, occasionally hosting charitable gatherings for the local community. For a moment, it seemed like everything had fallen into place. But just a few years later, everything changed. He would soon leave Colorado and never return. And just like that, the castle was left behind. But Miramont Castle's story didn't end there. It was taken over by the Sisters of Mercy and transformed into a sanatorium, continuing the mission of healing that brought so many people to Manitou Springs in the first place. Over the years, it would go from sanatorium to abandonment to apartments before nearly being lost after a fire in the 1970s. Thankfully, the Manitou Springs Historical Society stepped in, restoring the castle and opening it up to the public, preserving not just the building, but also the stories that came with it. Today, the Miramont Castle is open for visitors to explore all 4 floors and more than 40 rooms at their own pace. As you move through the castle, you'll find exhibits that go far beyond its original story, highlighting the history of Manitou Springs and the Pikes Peak region. From early firefighting equipment and military artifacts to artwork and photography that captured the spirit of Colorado's past. Every room offers something a little different to discover. It's one of those places where you can take your time, wander a bit, and keep finding something new around every corner. Beyond the history and exhibits, there's another side of Miramont Castle that a lot of visitors don't expect: the Queen's Parlor Tea Room. Here you can sit down and enjoy a traditional Victorian high tea, complete with fresh baked scones, tea sandwiches, and house-made desserts. It's a chance to slow down, take in the setting, and imagine what life here might have felt like more than a century ago. Throughout the year, the Miramont Castle offers a range of special events that brings a different energy to the space. From ghost tours that explore its more mysterious side, to interactive murder mystery nights, and themed experiences like Nights with Poe. It's a chance to experience the castle in a way that goes far beyond the daytime tours. And just like in its earliest days, Miramont Castle continues to give back to the community. Each year, the castle hosts a Christmas celebration for local families, where underprivileged children and their loved ones are welcomed in for a holiday meal, a reading of The Night Before Christmas, and a visit from Santa himself. It's a reminder that this place isn't just about the past, it's still an active part of the community today. The Miramont Castle is more than just a historic building. It's a place where architecture, history, and mystery all come together right here in Manitou Springs. Whether you're visiting for the story, the experience, or just to finally see what's inside, this is one of those places that proves you don't have to go far to find something unforgettable. If you're looking for more places like this to explore around Colorado Springs in the Pikes Peak region, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below letting us know what activity you'd like us to cover in the next video.